So, Walking Dead fans wanted to talk about the second episode of this season, and it wasn't too bad. This episode is titled The Bridge, appropriately, as Rick and his band and the Saviors are working together on repairing a bridge, and it's also, I guess, a metaphor for them trying to mend fences from previous seasons. But of course, things don't go fully as expected, as tensions are rising between the groups, as well as there seems to be an underlying issue where we have a few saviors disappearing, as well as some supplies are disappearing as well. But all in all, this episode pretty much revolved about relationships as everybody is starting to develop some type of relationship with each other. We saw Carol and the King. We saw Gabriel and the lady from the trash. Uh, I forget her name. We saw, uh, I forget the big guy who used to help out the King and the lady. And we saw a few other couples grouped together as well as people start to develop communities. And we also saw Maggie as the leader of her group. She's starting to realize that she can't rule with an iron fist because that will cause her group as well as others to suffer. We didn't get to see Judith this week, but that's okay. But I have to give one particular person kudos for this episode, and that goes out to Brett Butler, who has been doing a phenomenal performance these past two episodes. I didn't even realize she was on the show. But if you don't remember her, she used to be, well, I guess she still is, a comedian. From the 80s and 90s, she had a show called Grace Under Fire. And she's incredibly funny and entertaining. But I never had seen her in some type of dramatic light. And so watching her on this show is giving me a newfound respect for her, and she's been doing an excellent job. But I also have to say there is another character that he reminds me of the guy who kept talking all the last season. He's Justin, and for some reason he was the designated jerk of this episode, and he kept getting he kept getting beat down all throughout the episode. You would think if you're going to be a jerk, you'd be able to protect yourself, but he couldn't. Anyway, solid episode. Of course, it's one of those episodes that is going to lead up to something bigger, obviously, especially with missing saviors happening more and more. I think there's a little bit more than half a dozen that has disappeared. But we also had one other tragedy, and that was with Aaron. And so I won't go into too much detail what happened to him. But we'll see how that affects him mentally as well as physically in later seasons. But so far, even though the ratings have gone down a bit, the show is not too bad. Not too much silliness like we had seen in previous episodes. But I still have to ask one question. When you're dealing with, the zombie apocalypse and you have, herds out there as big as the ones we're seeing in these past few episodes, why not have, send out a group, every day just to take out as many walkers as you can? Go out there, take out 50 to 100. They come back, go send out another group, whatever. It seems like they're just complacent and just trying to find the ways to live around them and only deal with them when they have to. I don't know. That's just me. Or set up some type of pit system, or I don't know, something. Anyway, wanted to hear your thoughts on Walking Dead, Season 9, Episode 2, The Bridge. Did you like it? Did you think it was a silly episode? What did you think of Justin? What do you think of the Saviors disappearing? What do you think is going to happen in the upcoming episodes? Let me know. Post in the comments below. And if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to help out this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be more than happy to talk with you guys on The Walking Dead or any other TV show out there or movies. Anyway, until next time, peace.